This is a live look at the Swamp, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Florida Gators. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Checking in with Ohio State's head coach before the game. One of the points Coach made in the locker room before the team is that this is a separation game. He understands that both teams are undefeated in conference play, and whoever comes out victorious today can separate and make some noise. It is going to be challenging because it is a hostile environment, so he said we've got to be sharp, communicate, and beat our best at the line of scrimmage, establish the tone with physicality, and throw that first knockout punch. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Deep in the end zone, it's Sanchez. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking for a crease. It's Jackson. He's got enough. There's some room. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
And obviously this guy's been hyped up, and we've talked about him in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity. Put together a 100-yard game last week. Put some stats up. Get a bunch of touchdowns. You know, really finish strong so you can get in that Heisman race and maybe go win that big trophy.
Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31. Guys, I know 1 versus 2 largely speaks for itself, but think of everything that's at stake. Playoff positioning, impressing the committee, potential buys in the college football playoff, all at stake today.
The intensity in this game will just simply feel different than anything else we've seen throughout the course of the year because...
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that stuff. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
Finds his big tight end, and they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
On a big third down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Jones wants to throw it. Out wide right, it's Singleton. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. You reach this portion of the season, in games like this, top 5 showdown can really energize you, not to mention helping your playoff positioning down the road.
Yes, you can. You can make these big statement games. And listen, middle of the season, you kind of get in the lull, Jesse, where you kind of get used to playing and the new wore off a little bit. But when you've got a top 5 matchup and something to prove, you bring that extra juice.
You're right. And if you play well in this game, you can ride that momentum down the stretch in November when those games really start to matter. But this is a big one right here. Lots of implications on the line.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
From the gun, wants to pass. Left side is Pryor. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
And man, this is exactly how you wanted to script this game. Your defense comes out, gets a stop, do a nice job in special teams. Now you get that first down. The juices are flowing. Everybody's feeling confident now. The offense is feeling good. I look, Jesse, for them to open it up now. Try to create an explosive play. They got some of that momentum early.
Yeah, and this is what coaches love to see too, right? Complementary football for everything you just talked about. And now, if you're the offensive coordinator, you got that first down. This might be an opportunity to take a shot like David said. The defense might be expecting run here. Take a look at what their personnel is. If you got the matchup you like, don't be afraid to take a shot. Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Fake to the back, wants to throw it. Moving out to the right. Takes a shot as he lets it go. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Here's Julian Sayin to throw. This time it's complete. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
The handoff as they run the counter play here. They put the brakes on it.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They'll ride him again. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead, because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
On the ground, it's Jackson. Got the first down, turning it on. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you've got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
Trying the run, it's Jackson. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The handoff. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Man, this D's going to have to find some answers, guys. I mean, you've seen them. This offense has moved the ball down the field, done what they want. Now first and goal situation. Who cares about the yards? Like, step up right here, try to force them into a fourth down, try to make them kick a field goal.
They'll run it on first and goal. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. And the Buckeyes want to move quickly. They give him the rock again on second and goal. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. And the Gators trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Jones to throw. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack, first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
And that's not a surprise. When a QB lines up and sees man-to-man coverage on his guy that runs so fast on the GPS that it's speeding in a school zone, like, this dude can absolutely roll. He sees man coverage, tries to take advantage of it. They don't execute on that play. But if you want to play that defense, I think you'll get that pattern a lot from that guy.
They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
It's second and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Zayn, right down the middle. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Gives him the big stiff arm. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Play action on first down. Flush to the left. Slings it downfield. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Looking to pass. It's Zayn. He's got him in the flat. Down he goes. This matchup, 2 teams in the top 5, just sort of whets the appetite for what we're going to see in the playoff, guys.
The selection committee is watching this one very closely because, David, both of these teams are easily talented enough to win it all, but only one can walk out of here with the dub.
Right, and what does it do? It sets up the seeding, right? It sets up the buys. It sets up the whole future of the college football playoff. And I think you want to punctuate that. You want to leave a lasting impression late in the season on the committee and show them, like, hey, we're the best in the country.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And they can't make the connection on third down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
down in 3, and they'll try to pick it up. Saying back to the air. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Finds his big tight end. Picks up the 1st down, and he might have a little extra. That looked like it'll be roughing the passer. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Play fake, Sayin. Lets it go to the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. From the gun, it's Pryor. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Selling the fake. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, you see the defense make a big play there in the RPO, and they're doing it because they're starting to load the box. If you're the play caller offensively, you might want to think about having your quarterback keep the ball and then try to throw it downfield.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Keep it on the ground. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And so far early in this game, and you've got to be impressed with this defense and the physicality and then stopping the run. You could tell it's a priority for this defense. They're up there. They're close to the line of scrimmage. The ground game right now not going, and the defense is dialed in on it.
3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. He'll give it to Ball. Oh, what a move. He'll be brought down short of the 1st down marker. He was able to make one guy miss, but too many defenders there, and he'll be about a yard short.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they not. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Here's Sayin to throw. Fires to the wideout. Open on the left side is Smith. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. The Buckeyes peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Moves the pocket. It's Sayin. Finds his target. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately. And the Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, had a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Well, no doubt that's where the quarterback wanted to go with the ball from jump, but better job by the defense forcing the incompletion.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be fourth down. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. This ground trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Fresh setter downs going to the air. Look out! Fires on the move. Got his man downfield. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. So that'll cost them a down, second and long after the illegal forward pass. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Right side, it's Brown. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout at second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. He's going for the big play. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Jones wants to throw it. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that full Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. Let's start with the Temple Owls taking on the UAB Blazers. And it's the Owls in one of those old-school fight-in-a-phone booth games. Neither team has been able to break out offensively, but it feels like the one that does will come away today with a signature win. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Mountain West.
Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Out wide left, it's Singleton. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm now.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team. When you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles, it's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy as that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on a linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Well, I love that play by the defense there. Hanging back, watching the QB's eyes. Great job in coverage on the back end, and then rallying to him when he decided to go try and run for it himself. And now this defense is set up fourth.
And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. If they could somehow find their way into the end zone, a two-possession lead might feel insurmountable. Driven back.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Throwing, say it. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up one on the play.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush four guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Trying to beat the D deep. He's got it way down the field. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got two-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
He's up to 86 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. They'll ride the hot hand. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Smith with the grab over the middle. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you can pick so many big names of guys who have been superstars, not only at the college level, but also at the NFL level.
And guys, that completion might have helped the old confidence, but it didn't help the down and distance. 2nd and 10 here. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Smith's got it. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Now here's Sayed. Oh, pressure's coming. It's broken up and almost intercepted in the end zone. It'll be fourth down.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
On fourth down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Again, it's Sayed. He's got it. First down and more. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Sayed fires it incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
He breaks a tackle, and that defense just ran through that offensive front. He broke a couple of tackles, but nowhere to run.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defense.
Makes the grab into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeye! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you score. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Jones to throw. Left side is ball. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They'll run out of the gun with Jaden Ball. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short, and teams want to make their move in the rankings. So the final period starts with a second down play. Here's Jaden one more time. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, this defense is eyeing the scoreboard. You know they're looking up there. They want to keep this goose egg intact. They've been so good all game long, still playing with phenomenal effort here in the fourth quarter, creating that fumble and takeaway.
Say it. Under pressure. They went for it all on first down. Didn't connect, but it gave the D something to think about.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Looking down the middle. He's got him this time. Open space at the 25. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the route is on. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And the point after is good. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Unloads to the right. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Snaps on 4th down. Rushes on. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They
got enough space, and he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. There's a lot of pressure when you have that #1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Rides to the back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Jones wants to throw it. Escapes the pressure going right. Got him downfield. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Stepping to the right. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on 1st down in the red zone. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Almost a D lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Looking to throw again. He's got it and still on his feet. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The extra point is good, but the lead is still big, down 31-7. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. On the return, it's Sanchez. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Big play like that to open a drive just builds the confidence. Now first down from the 46. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Got it, looking for a first. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
And he did not make it. The defense standing tall against the run.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. The backups are on the field. They get an opportunity to run your playbook, so let him do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Just a gain of 2, and now they're looking at 3rd and 8.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Third and long coming up. Jones to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it up to 14. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Hauls it in. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. The Timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to go up top on second down. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And they need to find something that they do really, really well and running the football.
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. That was hardly a performance.